Today, I'm going to tell you about a question that sounds very simple, but its answer can completely reshape how we see reality. You've heard this before. The universe is expanding. But that's not the real question. The real question is, what is it expanding into? Is there some space outside it? Some empty void where it is spreading? Or is there nothing outside at all? And if there's nothing, then how is it expanding? This is where our everyday logic begins to break. This is the point where imagination is pushed to its limit. But science does not stop here. It keeps searching, and the answer it finds is far stranger than anything we can easily accept. Now imagine this. You take a balloon and draw tiny dots on it. These dots represent galaxies. As you inflate the balloon, the dots move away from each other. But notice something carefully. The dots themselves are not moving across the surface. The surface is stretching. Here's where most people make a critical mistake. We instinctively think the balloon is inside a room, so the universe must also be expanding inside some larger space. But this analogy breaks down completely here, because in the real universe, there is no outside, no room, no container, no boundary. The universe is not inside something, it is everything. If there is nothing outside the universe, then the very idea of outside becomes meaningless. Our brains are wired to believe that everything exists inside something else. But here, we must accept a harder truth. Space is not a container. Space itself is reality. Now the next question. If space itself is expanding, then how is it expanding? Why is it expanding? The answer takes us to the Big Bang. But the Big Bang is widely misunderstood. People imagine it as a massive explosion, from a single point, throwing matter outward into empty space. That picture is completely wrong. The Big Bang was not an explosion. It was the expansion of space, everywhere, all at once. There is no center, no single starting point in space. Every point in the universe can claim to be at the center, because everything else is moving away from it equally. If every point feels like the center, then where is the actual center? Answer: nowhere. Scientists have measured that galaxies are moving away from us, and the farther a galaxy is, the faster it moves away. This is Hubble's law, but it gets even stranger. The expansion is not slowing down, it is accelerating. And this acceleration points to one of the biggest mysteries in physics: dark energy, an unknown form of energy that is driving the universe to expand faster and faster. We do not yet know what it is, where it comes from, or why it exists. Will this expansion ever stop, or will it continue forever? Current observations suggest it will continue. In the distant future, galaxies will become so far apart that they will no longer be visible to each other. Stars will burn out, energy will dissipate, and the universe will head toward a cold, dark, nearly empty state. This is known as the heat death of the universe. In that future, no light, no meaningful structure, just vast emptiness. Even the concept of useful change may lose all meaning. If space itself is expanding, are atoms expanding too? Is your body expanding? Answer: no. On small scales, forces like electromagnetism and the strong nuclear force are powerful enough to hold atoms, molecules, and even entire solar systems together. But on the largest cosmic scales, gravity and dark energy dominate, and that is where the expansion becomes measurable. If space itself is expanding, is reality truly stable, or is it constantly evolving at the deepest level? Will the laws of physics remain exactly the same forever, or could they slowly shift as the universe changes? Some theoretical ideas explore whether the fabric of existence itself is dynamic. We are not living in a fixed, unchanging arena, but in a reality that is still unfolding. Stop for a moment. Where you are sitting right now, this space around you, is also expanding. You don't feel it, because the effect is extraordinarily tiny on human scales. But on cosmic scales, this expansion defines the fate of everything. If the universe has no outside, does that mean it is finite or infinite? And if it is infinite, can it still expand? Physics offers two serious possibilities. The universe could be infinite, with no edge, no boundary, endless in every direction. Or it could be finite, but without any edge, like the surface of a higher dimensional sphere. You can travel forever in a straight line and never reach an end. You would eventually loop back in some sense. A reality that has size but no boundary. Now the most difficult question. Can we ever prove whether the universe is finite or infinite? Probably not with certainty, because what we can see is only the observable universe. We can only see as far as light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang. Beyond that horizon, we simply do not know, and we may never know directly. The reality you live in is only a small visible slice of whatever the full universe actually is. Another layer emerges here. Could there be other universes? This is the multiverse idea. Our universe may not be the only one. There could be many, perhaps infinitely many, each with its own properties, possibly even different laws. If the multiverse is real, does the idea of outside change? Or does each universe remain self-contained? We have no direct proof yet, but several serious theoretical frameworks point in this direction. Back to the core. What does expansion really mean? Is space truly stretching, or are we missing something even deeper? Some physicists propose that space may not be perfectly continuous, but made of tiny discrete units at the Planck scale. If that is the case, expansion could involve the creation of new structure at the most fundamental level. Existence itself might be generated moment by moment. Final reflection. If space and time are dynamic, could the laws of physics also evolve over cosmic time? Are we living in a stable system, or in a reality that is still developing? Stop and ask yourself, is the reality you call normal actually normal? No outside, no center, no clear edge, and yet everything exists. If reality is this strange, can we ever truly understand it, or will we only ever grasp a small part? Maybe that is both the limit of science and its greatest beauty. Every answer creates new, deeper questions. The true mystery of the universe may never be fully solved, but we will keep searching, because curiosity is what drives us forward, and it is what brings us closer to this vast, unforgiving, and magnificent mystery.